Hey everyone, this is Meg with something entirely different today. I got back from an exclusive event in London for Naughty Dog's The Last of Us. It was absolutely incredible, so I just wanted to talk about it, and also at the end of the video I want to talk about my impressions of The Last of Us from what I've played so far. I'm really excited about this, so I should just shut up and get started. First off, the location was incredible. It took place inside a derelict building with a false front in the shape of an old movie theatre, and it was covered in tarpaulin until around 6, so Max and I got there early, but it took us ages to find the location purely because it was covered. Inside there were screens of plenty. You could get hands-on with the game, which I'll talk about in a minute. And may I say, the little setups were so neat. The controllers sat on barrels, screens hung from these wooden slats. All around there was old foliage and dirt, and posters, rubbish piles. It really felt like they'd gone all out. There was also a bar with special Last of Us cocktails, and to get one they were free. But to get one you had to put your hand in this box with danger tape all over it. You had to rummage around for a key. It was very gross in there. It felt like jellied eyes or jellied eggs, I don't know. Vending machines were everywhere as well, but they were also open. Talk about every person's dream when they were a kid. You could literally reach in and take anything from the vending machines that you wanted. They also had burgers and tacos, which were free as well. After playing the game for a bit and getting a little bit tipsy on cocktails, I say we, that was more like me. We then watched a live demo, voiced, or with a commentary, by Neil Druckmann. I think Keza MacDonald was sort of interviewing him at the same time. The demo itself was actually being played by Brucey Babes. And that's not a name specifically for him. I just want to outline that in this house, if anyone has Bruce in their name, they just have to be called Brucey Babes. It's a law. Anywhere in the name. A Q&A then followed, in which Ashley Johnson, Ellie's voice actress, joined in. We sat right behind her at the beginning of the commentary, literally right there. It was so weird. Obviously we saw the commentary and the Q&A in person, but if you want to catch up or you're interested, check the links in the description for the live streams, or not so live streams. I guess they're now pre-recorded streams? I don't know, what do live streams evolve into when they're not so live anymore? We were in a slightly awkward position because we were right in the front of the queue for the commentary and the Q&A, so we sat right at the front, but to the left. So even though we were behind Ellie's voice actress and some members of the media, we couldn't really see too much of what was going on at points because there was a cameraman right there. And there was a live Twitter feed so you could ask your questions. Neither mine nor Max's were picked. But none of this mattered because after the Q&A, people had a chance to talk to the developers, which was absolutely incredible and something, or an opportunity I would say, that Max and I kind of seized almost immediately. And I want to say, if Neil or Bruce winds up seeing this video and recognises me, or I don't know, I probably doubt it, I don't really have that memorable a face. Max and I would really like to thank you for taking the time to answer all of our questions, because there were quite a few, for being friendly and approachable, and you both really inspired us to continue with our own dreams and goals and aspirations. So thank you, just thank you. You've given us a big boost. Now I feel really lame and slightly embarrassed. I should probably stop with the gushing. That pretty much wrapped up our time at the event, but before we left we were actually given goodie bags. I mean, it's literally huge, it's like a shopper. I will be using this every day. And it was totally filled with free stuff, which I'm just going to show you now. It's like show and tell, but way cooler. We got a flask. Ta-da! Which I really love. This is probably my favourite item, besides one of the other things I'll show you. I was going to ruin the surprise just then. A wrist brand? Well, it is a brand, and it is on your wrist, so I guess that does work. A wristband, which is pretty cool. You know what, I might put this on. It's quite big actually for my, for my wrist, it's quite long. And this, of course, I'm sure anyone who's been following anything on The Last of Us, you will know that, actually it sort of looks like a knuckle duster, doesn't it? You can get these little spongy bricks, the little kind of... We also have, which is my second favourite kind of item, although there's two things here, posters. I love posters. I plan on sticking this on the brick wall at the back. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you can see this. I'm having to lean right back. So it's double-sided. And there's also this, which is so cool, and I had no idea it was in there. It felt a bit thick to be just one poster. It's a newspaper. I don't know if you can see any of this, because it's kind of rolling. So that's what we left with, other than a fantastic and very memorable experience, some really awesome goodies as well. Now my show and tell is over though, I want to talk a little bit about my thoughts of The Last of Us, what I've played of it so far. I have a lot to go through, but I'll try and keep it as nutshell-y as possible.